So this script got a lot longer than I intended. Right, so in the first Daredevil video, I said that, because of initiative, thief builds kind of boil down to spamming the best weapon skill and managing whatever the E-Spec second resource is, and now we're moving from managing dodges to managing malice, which is just essentially managing initiative twice. I guess initiative was so good they made initiative 2. Okay, technically with this one you're not spamming one weapon skill, it's 2. You spam Dancing Dagger for most of the fight, and then at 25% you swap to Heartseeker. Ah, our old friend, Forced Movement. I have not missed you. This is all in service to setting up the biggest, baddest sneak attacks you can, repeatedly. And I would call it one of those easy-to-play, hard-to-master builds, which technically it is, if the entire thing wasn't a total scam. Under ideal conditions, Dagger Deadeye has the highest damage output currently in the game. But it is also dependent on literally everything something can be dependent on all at once. Flanking is the obvious one and sometimes a bigger problem than you think. But you're also dependent on your health, your boon count, the enemy's health, how many conditions they have, your melee positioning, among other things, probably. Deadeye is like a delicate flower. If anything is even slightly off, it starts to fall apart immediately. The notes section for the rotation is also funny because you can be too fast or too slow and both can screw you up in different ways. A delicate flower is doubly apt because you have no survivability and pretty much no utility at all. You don't even get Daredevil's stolen skills and your utilities are already tight. So once more, you're left with nothing but Basilisk Venom to your name. Again, really good CC skill, but that's kind of it. Now, once people are presented with this information, they tend to flip from calling Deadeye broken to worthless. But in reality, it's not a binary, as most things aren't. It's not either you're doing 40k or 0. Most of the time, it just averages out to a regular build under realistic conditions. And there's a lot of little changes you can make to make the whole thing go more smoothly. For one, you can swap Shadow Flare for Mercy, which means the pulsing damage can't mess up your stealth, and Mercy is essentially a rotation reset button. The other is playing the super easy version of this build, where you take Be Quick or Be Killed, and then basically just go between Dagger 5 and auto-attacking without caring about Malice. I don't know why you would really want to do that, because if you want a lazy DPS option, Condi Virtuoso is leagues ahead, but it exists. I do have to say, I enjoy thematically that the meticulous assassin spec needs so many things to go perfectly, while serving up two iconic aesthetics in both Dagger and Rifle. But that obviously has its downsides. In conclusion, this build is mostly for number files who want to really push a bench to its logical extreme, and because it has an extremely high ceiling, you can still do fine even with missteps and issues. Just don't go yelling at anyone if your 44k oh-so-broken benchmark class doesn't automatically give you top DPS.